So good morning. Let's look at the answers for June 2024 English NET exam. Let's start with question number 51. Who among the following was not associated with Cambridge School of Critics? The answer is 4, Kenneth Burke, because the other 3, F.R. Lewis, Q.D. Lewis, William Emerson, they are associated with Cambridge School of Critics. 2, Patrick White, the Australian novelist, was a recipient of which of the following prizes? The answer is 2, that is A and D only. A, Australian of the Year, 1973. D, Nobel Prize in Literature, 1973. Then 53, which of the following magazines aimed at depicting concerns of girls who embraced the tenets of girl culture, the girlhood? Answer is 3, that is A, B and C only. A for Sassy, B for Bust, C for Bitch. These are the 3 magazines that are that depict concerns of girlhood. Okay, 54. Which among the following does not fall in the category of morality plays? Answer is 4, The City Harris. 55. Annotated bibliography provides. Answer is 3, a brief summary stating importance of the works cited, referred to in the research. 56. Which of the following statements are correct regarding Dalit Panthers movement? Answer is 3, A, C, E only. In the sense, A, Dalit Panthers movement was influenced by the Black Panthers movement. That's true. C, Black Panthers movement was led by Raja Dele, Namdeo Dasal and J.B. Pawar. E, Dalit Panthers movement was rooted in the Little Magazine movement. 57. What is the correct chronological order of the works of John Milton? Answer is 1, E, D, C, A, B. So E for 𝐿_Allegro, D for Comus, C, Lycidas, A, Paradise Lost and Paradise Regained. 58. Which of the following books was edited by gay activist and artist Joseph Beam and Essex Hemphill? Answer is 1, Brother to Brother, New Writings by Black Gay Men, 1991. 59. From the following writers, who are known for magic realism? This is a very straightforward question. Answer is 3, B and D only. Salman Rushdie and Gabriel Garcia Marquez. Because we all know Gabriel Garcia Marquez is associated with magic realism. Then we have to include Salman Rushdie. B and D only. Answer is 3. 60. Match the following. So you have on the one side you have text, novels. On the other side characters. So answer is 4, A, 2. For Coolie, the answer is Munnu. Then B, The Serpent and the Rope, Ramaswamy. Then C, Waiting for the Mahatma, we have Sriram. Then D, Shadow from Ladakh, we have Satyajit. Then 61. What is the correct sequence of the following novels of Amitav Ghosh in order of their year of publication? Answer is 2, E, B, D, A, C. Answer is The Circle of Reason. See, if you know, when it comes to chronology, works or writers, you have to arrange them in a chronological order. I would say if you know at least the first work published by a particular author, then it is easy to crack. If you know just the first work of Amitav Ghosh is actually The Circle of Reason. If you know this, then the answer is very easy. Because the other options, they do not begin with E. So there is only one option. Option is 2, which begins with E, Circle of Reason. So you need not bother about the other options. It would be a straight question if you knew this. Next one, 62. Identify the author who stated the following lines. There is first the literature of the knowledge and second the literature of power. This is by Thomas D. Quincy. Answer is 2. This is the odd one out, I would say, because the other options, they seem they are almost connected with or straight connected with the criticism. But Thomas D. Quincy is very rare, when it comes to options. So that's an odd one. What sometimes you can choose answers like this. 63. Which articles of Indian Constitution pertain to the provisions relating to the official language of the Union? So answer is 3, B and C only. B 343, C 344. 64. Who among the following was not associated with the Yale School? It's a direct question from deconstruction or post-structuralism. Answer is 2, Terry Eagleton. Other 3, they are related to they are associated with Yale School, Harold Bloom, Paul the Man, and Jacques Derrida. 65. The Two Nations is the subtitle of answer 2, Benjamin Disraeli's Sybil, Cybil. 66. You have a match the following. On the one side, you have concepts. On the other side, you have critiques. Answer is 4, A, 3. In the sense, A, Objectivism by William Corliss Williams. B, Pathetic Fallacy. So we have John Ruskin. Then C, Sprung Rhythm by G.M. Hopkins. Then D, Structures of Feeling. So we have Raymond Williams. Again, this is an easy question because if you know Sprung Rhythm is by G.M. Hopkins, it is easy to crack. C2. The code is easily cracked. Then 67. Another match. On the one side, you have novels and novelists on the other side. Answer is 2, A4. In a sense, answer is 2, A4. The Complete Adventures of Fedullah, we have Satyajit Ray. B, The Perfect Murder, we have Ruskin Bond. Then C, Sacred Games, Vikram Chandra. Then D, Gin Patrol on the Purple Line. By D, you have 3, Deepa Annapura, right? Again, here, if you know C, Sacred Games, which has been made into a web series, then if you're aware of that, it is easy to crack. C, Sacred Games, Vikram Chandra. You need not bother about the other options. So answer is 2. Then 68. Who among the following used untranslatableness in his famous work? The term was coined by Coleridge in Biographia Literaria. So answer is 3. Then 69. What is the correct chronological sequence of the following Dalit women writers in order of their birth? Answer is 2, E, A, B, D, C. So in the sense, 𝐜𝐿, Kuman Paud, A, Urmila Pawar, B, Bama, D, Gogu Shyamala, C, Meena Kandaswamy. How to crack questions like this, because do not bother about chronological sequence. I don't know why these kinds of questions are asked. I don't know what they are checking, not the knowledge of a particular text. This is more mathematics. But the clue is, if you know that Meena Kandaswamy is more a recent writer, because that is the only option that ends with a C, Meena Kandaswamy. Other options, they do not end with Meena Kandaswamy. So if you know that, then it is easy to crack. Then 7th, again, chronological sequence based on Indian writers. So we have answer is 3, E, C, B, A, D. So first, Michael Madhusudan Dutt, then C, Toru Dutt, B, Mulkranj Anand, A, Manohar Malgotra, D, Khushwant Singh. So of these writers, you have to sometimes, come to the latest work. Of these writers, Khushwant Singh comes last. So if you know D, Khushwant Singh, then you can crack this question. Then 71, which of the following statements are correct correct about B.R. Ambedkar's Annihilation of Caste and concerns dealt within it? Answer could be 1, A and B only. In the sense, it is an undelivered speech written in 1936. That's for sure. Then B, it focuses on the need to create a society where individuals are treated with dignity and respect regardless of their caste. 52, arrange the following films on disability concerns in the order of their year of release. Answer is 3, B, C, E, A, D. In the sense, B, you have Khamoshi, Khamoshi, C, Iqbal, E. Fauna, A. Pa, then D. Margarita with a straw. This is a tough question. I don't know how to answer this question, or I don't know what question setters are trying to check here. Then 73, you have a match the following. On the one side, we have terms, on the other side, we have definitions. I would say when it comes to match applying, at least you know one, it is easy to crack. See, this every students of literature should know. Collocation, COLLOCATION. Collocation, it's natural combination of words. So if you know collocation, a pair or group of words that are habitually juxtaposed, habitually or naturally go together in a language. C4, you can easily crack the codes. So answer is 4. A2, that is apodosis 2, clause expressing the consequence. Then B1, protasis, clause expressing the condition. Then C, collocation, a pair or group of words that are habitually juxtaposed. D, copular verbs, links the subjects of a sentence with a complement. Then 74, what is the correct sequence of various periods of English literature? Very basic question. Of all the periods, of the periods given here, answer is 3, B, A, D, C, E. In the sense, B, go for Jacobean period. After Elizabethan age, we have Jacobean age. King James I came to the throne. Then after him, we have Charles I, Caroline age. So the only option that starts with B is answer option 3, B. So Jacobean age, then Caroline age, then Commonwealth, then Restoration, then Augustan age. Then 75, he who works for sweetness and light. See, the moment you come across this expression, sweetness and light, it's a direct question from Matthew Arnold's Culture and Anarchy. So answer for 75, option 3, Matthew Arnold's Culture and Anarchy. Then 76, we have match the following concepts and who coined that. So first, if you know, post-colonialism, we have contrapuntal reading. Contrapuntal reading is associated with Edward Said. So 3, in the sense is C4. If you know this, then the code is correct. So answer is 2, A2, Cora by Julia Kristeva. B, Carnivalization by Mikhail Bakhtin. C, Contrapuntal reading. So we have Edward Said. D, Écriture féminine, Helen Sixou. 77, who among the following was not associated with Cockney School of Poetry? William Blake. Because all the others are associated, or it's a kind of derogatory term. John Keats, Shelley, and Leigh Hunt. Then next one, identify the text from which the following lines have been taken. Therefore, compare we the poet with the historian and with the moral philosopher. A direct question from Sydney's Apology for Poetry, or kind of here, I would say, Defense of Poesy. 78-4, Defense of Poesy. Then 79, what is the correct sequence of 5 stages of action in order of occurrence as described by Dhananjaya in Dasarupa? See, here is a kind of a blunder. Actually, this question gets repeated in somewhere else. If you remember this, Dhananjaya, who wrote Dasapura, there's a match the following coming, where if you know this, you can easily crack the code. Okay, let's see. See, if your answer, if you know, it looks like Sanskrit, but we have translation side by side. See, if you're going to do something, first you have to start with the beginning, Aram. So answer is 4, B, beginning. Then you put effort, right? That is D, effort. Then A, prospect of success. Then you're certain about that, certainty of success, that is C. Then finally, E, attainment of the result. So it's a kind of a consequence, one after the other. Even without reading this text, you can answer this question. Then 80, who among the following is not a leading figure of new criticism? I would say this is a bit tricky question, because when we read about new criticism, generally we talk about I.A. Richards. But I would say here he is not a leading figure of new criticism, because there's a difference between new criticism and practical criticism. So practical criticism is more to do with the British school. New criticism is more American. So we have three American critics, John Crow Ransom, who came up with a book called New Criticism. Definitely, he's one of the leading figures of New Criticism. Then we have Alan Tate and Cleanth Brooks. So the odd one out here is 3. So I would go for 83, I.A. Richards. Then 81, who among the following was not associated with the movement poetry? Answer is 1, Charles Kingsley. Other 3, they are associated with movement poetry. There is a movement called the movement. You can read about that. So we have Elizabeth Jennings, Donald Davy, and John Payne. They are all associated with the movement. Then 82, which is the latest edition of Chicago Manual of Style? Answer 1, 18th edition. So we can understand, see, so far they have been asking questions when it comes to research from MLA handbook. Now they are also focusing on Chicago Manual of Style and also APA. So hereafter, when it comes to research, we should also focus on MLA, latest 9th edition, then Chicago Manual of Style and APA. Then 83, name the British poet who wrote Shoreham and Rustum. Answer is 3, Matthew Arnold. Then 84, very basic question. Which work of John Keats is dedicated to Thomas Chatterton? Answer is 2, Endymion. Then 85, arrange the following literary movements in chronological order of their emergence. Answer would be, I would say, this is the easiest one because it starts with E, pre-Raphaelitism. Then B, we have Impressionism. D, Futurism. A, Imagism. C, Absurdism. This could be the correct chronological order. So answer is 4. Then 86, we have match the following. Very straightforward question, I would say. If you know one, then that is easy to crack. Language as paradox. You know, there is an essay, right, by Cleanth Brooks. So A, language of paradox by Cleanth Brooks. So A, 2. So if you know this, then the crack, you know, you crack the code. Answer is answer is 3. A, language as paradox, we have Cleanth Brooks. Then B, against interpretation, an essay by Susan Sontag. Then C, realism and contemporary novel, Raymond Williams. Then finally, this is a well-known essay, Politics and the English Language, 3, George Orwell. Then 87, what is the correct chronological sequence of the novels of Babani Bhattacharya in order of their publication? I don't know, this is a waste of time. This kind of a question, I don't know why they ask this kind of questions. Babani Bhattacharya, we are aware at least of the writings, but this is a bit nonsense. But let's see, answer is 1, D, B, E, A. In a sense, D, so many hungers. At least that could be the clue. If you want to crack this question, the most famous novel by Babani Bhattacharya is So Many Hungers, which was published or kind of one of the earliest works by Babani Bhattacharya. And that is the only option that starts with D, So Many Hungers. So you can eliminate other options. See, when it comes to chronological sequence or these kinds of questions, sometimes if you have clues like this, at least if, what you have to do, get to know the first work or last work of a particular writer. At least you remember that, then go for it. You can eliminate other options. Anyway, the sequence, So Many Hungers, then music for Mohini, then He Who Rides a Tiger, then A God Named Gold, then C, Shadow from Ladakh. Then 88, which of the following statements is not true about Jean Rhys White Sargasso's Sea? Answer is 3, action of the novel take place in South Africa. No, it takes place in Jamaica. All the other 3 options are right. It was published in 1966. It takes its theme and main character from the novel Jane Eyre by Charlotte Bronte. Then 4th, name of Antoinette's mother is Annette. Then 89, under whose presidency was PEN, an international association of poets, playwrights, editors, essayists, and novels, was founded by Mrs. Dawson Scott in 1921. Answer is 1, John Galsworthy. Then 90, out of the following, which bibliographical entry follows the style prescribed in MLA Handbook 9th edition? So we can understand now. So we are getting questions from MLA Handbook 9th edition, then Chicago Manual of Style, then also APA. This is the basic entry when it comes to MLA 9th edition. Answer is 1. The other options, the name is not even, the second name is not brought to the first one. M-A-R, Habib. So Habib should be brought to the forefront, then comma, M-A-R, full stop, then year of book in italics, modern literary criticism and theory, colon, subtitle of history, then full stop, then publisher, Blackwell Publishing, comma, 2008. So this is the basic entry. Then 91, what is the correct chronological sequence of British poets in order of their birth? So if you look at it, Milton, Marvell, Lovelace, Corey, they come afterwards. John Donne comes first, right? Metaphysical poet. And if you're aware of this, then the only option that begins with the C is 1. C-E-B-D-A. So the sequence, C, John Donne, then E, Thomas Caro, or Carey actually, B, John Milton, D, Richard Lovelace, A, Andrew Marvell. Then 92, who among the following refers to Byron's works as monstrous combinations of horrors and mockery, levitism and impiety? Answer should be 2, Robert Southey, because Byron writes a reply to Robert Southey next. Then 93, which of the following will allow you to avoid plagiarism? Simple. You have to give credit to the original author in an in-text citation as well as in the list of works cited. So answer is 3. Then 94, match the following. One question from, I would say, cultural studies. So the moment we talk about cultural studies, we should talk about Richard Hoggart and his famous work, The Uses of Literacy. So A, 3. So we can eliminate 2 options. So answer is 1. A, 3. Richard Hoggart, The Use of Literacy. B, 1. Ashish Nandi. So we have The Secret Politics of Our Desires. Then C, Raymond Williams. Answer is 4. The Long Revolution. Then D, E.P. Thompson. Again, cultural studies. D, 2. The Making of the English Working Class. Then 95. Which among the following is not a type of meaning in a poem as defined by I.A. Richards and Practical Criticism? See, if you have worked out, earlier there was a question, who among the following is not associated with the new criticism? So here is a clue. I.A. Richards is associated with the Practical Criticism, British. Then we go for new criticism. So 4 kinds of meaning: sense, feeling, tone, intention. The odd one out is 2, form. So that's not a type of meaning. Then 96. So we have text, Sanskrit text on the one side and the authors. As I told you before, in the same question paper, earlier there is a question from Dhananjaya's Dasarupa. So just use it. D2, because that's there already in the question. So there is only one option that ends with D2. Answer is 3. A3 in the sense Dvanyaloka. So we have Anandavardhana. That is there. Then final C, Dasarupa, then 2, Dhananjaya. So at least other things you can easily work it out. Then 97. So we have original name and pseudonym. On the one side, we have very easy question. Charles Lutwidge Dodson, actually Lewis Carroll. So A4. That's the only option that begins with A4. So A4. B1, Mary Ann Evans, very easy. George Eliot. Then Eric Arthur Blair. C, we have George Orwell. Eric Arthur Blair is George Orwell. Then D, Samuel Langhorne Clemens, Mark Twain. Then 98, which of the following popular Indian words have been incorporated in Oxford English Dictionary, the recent past? See, look at the options. Sometimes when you get questions like this, try to eliminate. See, number 1, choi is there everywhere. So A should be there in the option. So you can eliminate answer, option 3 and 4 because A is not there. Then we have narrowed down to 2. It should be either, it should be 1 or 2 because we have AA. But Namaste is also very famous, right? So A and E. So I would say answer is 2, A, C, E. Choi, Jugot, then Namaste. So that's the answer. Then 99. Who among the following African writers observed that, "Oh, my body, make of me always a man who questions"? Answer is 2, Francis Fanon. Then Barbara Smith, in her essay Toward a Black Feminist Criticism, raises concerns for. Answer is 4, A and C only. Only black women, then C, black women in the white world only. Others, they do not, they are not discussed in this essay, I guess. Then 101, who among the following writers once remarked that I awoke one morning to find myself famous? Lord Byron, after the success of Childe Harold's Pilgrimage. Very famous statement. Answer is 3. Then 102, which among the following chapters is the distinct feature of the latest edition of MLA Handbook? See, look at the options. Option 3, documenting sources. That's what MLA Handbook is known for. So that is already there. Also formatting your research paper. That's also there. It should be either 1 or 2. Answer is 2, principles of inclusive language, which is very unique when it comes to the latest edition, 9th edition of MLA Handbook. Then 103, which day is celebrated as International Mother Language Day? Answer is 1, February 21. 104, which of the following statements are correct about prosody? So when it comes to poetry, because if you know that poetry is associated with prosody is associated with poetry, then you can eliminate a lot of options. Actually, in the study of poetry, B in the study of poetry, it concerns meter and other techniques. There is only one option that begins with B. Answer is 2, which begins with B and D only. So answer is B, in the study of poetry, it concerns meter and other techniques of versification. Then D, in the study of spoken sounds, it concerns intonation, pitch, stress, rhythm, etc. Then 105, what is the full form of APA? So as I told you before, you have to focus on MLA, APA, and Chicago. Answer is 2, American Psychological Association. Then 106, which of the following writers pioneered the Australian Aboriginal movement? See, if you have some knowledge about, or if you are acquainted with Australian literature, look at the name. This sounds Aboriginal, right? I mean C. OODGERRO, 𝐸𝐴𝐢𝐭𝐡, NOONUCAL, right? Then there is only one option that has C. See, now we have cracked the question. So do not bother about tough questions. If you have some knowledge of Australian literature, this is very easy. So answer is 2, B, C, D only. So 𝐸𝐴𝐢𝐭𝐡, then B, Kevin Gilbert and Jack Davis. Then 107, what is the correct chronological sequence of the following books of D.H. Lawrence? Very easy. The first novel, if you are aware of what is the debut novel of D.H. Lawrence, White Peacock, then there is only one option that begins with the D, the White Peacock, that is 2. So the sequence is D, the White Peacock, B, Sons and Lovers, C, the Rainbow, E, the Plumed Serpent, A, Lady Chatterley's Lover. Then 108, what is the correct chronological sequence of famous dramatists in order of their birth? See, the most modern writer here of the options given is George Bernard Shaw and John Millington Synge, right? All the others, we have restoration playwrights, Dryden, Congreve, and Wycherley. See, let's try to understand who could be the latest one, D.E., right? The answer, it should end with Bernard Shaw and Synge. So there are two options that end with D and E. So you can eliminate other options. There are only two options that end with D and E. Now you have to ask yourself, who could come first? Of course, John Dryden. So answer 1, B, C, A, D, E. So B, John Dryden, then William Wycherley, then A, William Congreve, D, George Bernard Shaw, then J.M. Synge. Then 109, match. Very easy question. All are familiar texts. So to his coy mistress, very easy, right? Andrew Marvell. So if you know this, you know the answer. Answer is 1, A, to his coy mistress, Andrew Marvell. B, the scholar Gypsy. So you have Matthew Arnold. C, Still I Rise, very famous one by American writer Maya Angelou. Then D, If by Rudyard Kipling. Then 110, the term negritude coined by Aimé Césaire was appreciated as well as criticized by critics. It should be spelling mistake, critics and thinkers. Select the correct responses that this term received. See, number 1, if you are aware of this term negritude, this term is associated with 3 major writers or critics. Amy Caesar, Leopold Senghor, then Leon Damas. So definitely first two options, statements A and B, they don't work because Leopold Senghor considered this term to be derogatory. That's a wrong statement. Same way, in the same way, we have Leon Thomas did not participate in the negritude movement. Actually, the moment we say negritude, you go for Amy Caesar, Leopold Senghor, and Leon Thomas. So try to eliminate options which have these two, A and B. A and B, so you don't go for option 1. Then again, in option 2, we have B, so don't go for it. Then it should be either 3 or 4. So answer is 4, C and D only. C in the sense, Creole writers attacked this term for its monolithic term. So this term is projected as an umbrella term, kind of a monolithic one. So writers were against it. That could be true. Definitely D, we are aware of that. 𝐲𝐿𝐭𝐴 made fun of this term. He coined the term tigritude. A tiger should proclaim its tigritude, not coining terms. So that is there. So definitely D should be there. It is either 3 or 4. Let's go for answer 4, option 4. C, Creole writers attacked this term for its monolithic look. And D, Nobel laureate 𝐲𝐿𝐭𝐴 considered negritude as an unhealthy fetishism of the native state. Then 111, the poetic line, it is better to have loved and lost than never to have loved at all, appears in option 2, Alfred Tennyson's In Memoriam. Then 112, arrange the following American poets in order of their birth. See, I would say again, do not be agitated by this question. See what you can do. Of all these poets, Robert Frost is the latest, right? Then there is only one option. There are two options that end with a C, either 1 or 3. But if you ask yourself, who could be the next one? I mean, before Robert Frost, Emily Dickinson could come, right? All the others we have transcendentalist poets, Thoreau, Emerson. So whether it is 1 or 3, but we can't go for 3 because it ends with C, but before that we go for D, Thoreau. So eliminate this one. So through elimination, you can arrive at answers. So remember this one. So answer is 1. This is the sequence B, D, E, A, C. So B, Emerson, then D, Thoreau, E, Walt Whitman, A, Emily Dickinson, C, Robert Frost. Then 113, very easy, straightforward question. P.B. Shelley's Atone laments the death of John Keats. Answer is 1. Then 114, arrange the following literary theories and movements in chronological order of their emergence. It's a bit tough and there are some confusions, but I would say answer is 2. C, D, A, B, E. C, feminism, D, surrealism, A, cultural studies, B, postmodernism, E, reception theory. I am going for this because reception theory or reader response theory comes towards the end, latest one. So I go for this one. But there are some confusion in this question, I guess. Then 115, who coined the term phagocentric, 𝐻𝐴LLOGOCNT? Very straightforward, coined by Jacques Derrida. Answer is 3, Jacques Derrida. Then 116, arrange the following works in order of their year of publication. Question from postcolonial criticism. So answer is 4, CADBE. C, Black Skin, White Mask by Fanon. Then A, Orientalism. Then D, Decolonizing the Mind by Thiago. Then B, Nation and Narration. Then E, The Location of Culture. Then 117, again from research methodology, a brief reference in the text that indicates the source of the idea or quotation consulted from another sources. Option A, in-text citation. Then 118, choose the correct statement with regard to the binary pair Lang and Parole introduced by cis linguist Ferdinand de Saussure. This question, it comes often we get this question, but only thing is only the phraseology. Every question setter has some phraseology. See, number 1, Lang is translated speech. That's not true. Parole as language. That's not true. So answer is 3, C and B only. C, parole is the event of language, a particular, how you use the language in a particular occasion. Then lang is your guidon of knowledge, guidon of your, or simply put, your knowledge of your language. So lang is the internal structure of a language, not language itself. So how you process language, how they get stored in your mind. So that's lang, more a guidon or bureau. Parole is a particular occasion in which you use your language skill. So B and C only. Then 119, who among the following were associated with pre-Raphaelite brotherhood? Straightforward question. 1, Dante Gabriel Rossetti and John Everett Millais. Then 120, which of the following definitions of linguistic terms are correct? If you focus on this, see, look at this. Phonology is the study of language in its culture. No, phonology is the study of phonemes, sounds. Definitely you don't go for E. Right? Then the same similar way, philology, study of language. That's also wrong. See, C and D, synchronic studies pertains to the study of language at a particular historical point. That's true. Because this term is associated with Ferdinand de Saussure, right? So answer is 3, C and D only. Synchronic study pertains to the study of language at a specific historical point, whereas diachronic study pertains to historical dimension of language, that is linguistic change over the period of time. So that's the answer. Then 121 from Sanskrit and translation. So answer is 2, A, 𝐸𝐭𝐚𝐜𝐿 Katha and Mundaka Upanishad, translated by 4 Ram Mohan Roy. Then B, Ramayana 1870 to 75. We have 1 Ramayana, Rolf T.H. Griffith. Then C, Mahabharata, 7 volumes, 1895. 2, Manmatha Nath Dutt. Then D, Bhagavad Gita 1785, translated by Charles Wilkins, which is considered the first translation of Bhagavad Gita into English. So Charles Wilkins, Bhagavad Gita. Then 122, match the following, again from linguistics. See, this time I'm happy that many questions have come from linguistics, and this is easy to crack. Option C, if you know morpheme is the smallest lexical unit. So see, answer is morpheme, a unit of language that cannot be analyzed into smaller units, because that's the smallest unit. At least if you have this understanding, then there is only one option which has B associated with 1. That is answer 3. So A, anaphoric word, refers to a word or phrase previously used in a text or conversation. Then B1, morpheme, a unit of language that cannot be analyzed into smaller units. Then C, antecedent, a word or phrase that is referred back to by a noun or other forms. Then D, this is also easy, periphrases. At least you know this, you can crack this question. Periphrases means, talking about something in a roundabout manner, not straightforward. So answer, use of 2 or more words to express a meaning which could otherwise be expressed in a single word. Then 123, again match the following, some terms, but the first term is very famous, aphoria, associated with Derrida and post-structuralism. So if you know A, then you associate or match it with 4, a term used in theory of deconstruction. Then you have cracked the code. Answer is 3, A, aphoria, a term used in theory of construction to indicate conflict between rhetoric and thought. B1, the icons, 𝐸𝐭𝐴, technical term in structural theory that implies utterance. Then C, encomium, ENCOMIUM, kind of panegyric, praise, you praise someone, especially during the funeral. So C2, formal eulogy in prose or verse to glorify people, objects, or idea. Then D, hagiography. Graphy means writing. Even that's the clue. See, if you know graphy means writing, the writing or study of lives of the saints. See, there is only one option that ends with the D and 3. Easy to crack. Then 24, who among the following observe that nothing can please many and please long, but just representations of general nature. Answer is Samuel Johnson from Preface to Shakespeare. Then 25, three women's texts under Critique of Imperialism by Gayatri Spivak. What are those three texts? So if you are aware of the text, it's easy. Number one, The 𝐈𝐧𝐭𝐻 by Jean Rhys, B, Jane Eyre by Charlotte Bronte, and Frankenstein by Mary Shelley. That's the answer. So answer is 3, A, B, and C only. Then 26, which among the following is not a work of Samuel Johnson? I would say answer is 3, The Journal of Stella or Journal to Stella by Swift. Then 127, which of the following text deals with the theme of creolization? Answer is 4, 𝐈𝐧𝐭𝐻. Then 128, chronologically arrange the following texts in order of publication from feminism. Answer is 2, C, B, A, D, E. C, Virginia Woolf's Room of One's Own. B, Simone de Beauvoir's The Second Sex. A, Betty Friedan's The Feminine Mystique. D, Germaine Greer's The Female Eunuch. E, Adrienne Rich of Women Born. 129, match the following, again from theory. Easy to answer anyway. Third space, post-colonialism. The term is associated with 𝐜𝐭𝐞𝐫𝐬𝐞. So if you know this, A, then 3, easy to crack. A, 3, third space, 𝐜𝐭𝐞𝐫𝐬𝐞. B, this is actually translation of world literature. The term was first used by Goethe, German writer. Then C, post-impressionism, Roger Fry. Then D, Simulacra by Jean Baudrillard. Then 130, which of the following works is not written by Chinua Achebe? Answer is 4, Weep Not Child. Others are very famous one. No Longer It Is, An Image of Africa, that's an essay. Then Hour of God. Then 131, literature review provides. So in a research methodology, question from research methodology, literature review, see, it's a review. See, read the options. It's not a list of primary sources. It's not a hypothesis. It's not just a citation. It's a discussion of works already researched in a relevant subject area. See, before you do research or critical work on something, what you do, you take a survey and you analyze what people have already done on that particular work. So that's literature review. Then 132, what is the correct chronological sequence of the following works in order of their publication? Bit tough, very tough question. I don't know what they are checking. These kind of questions should be banned. The purpose is lost. It's like mathematics. We have to remember all the years. So literature is all about analysis and reading. But here, in these NET exams, we are reduced to numbers. So this is very pathetic. But the answer is 3, E, D, B, C, A. E. So we have Kajwa Ahmad Abbas's Inqilab, right? Sorry, that's with sorry, we'll start with G.V. Desani's All About H. Hatter, that is E. Then go for D, Inqilab. Then go for B, Ved Mehta's Face to Face. Then C, Khushwant Singh's I Shall Not Hear the Nightingale. Then A, Arun Joshi's The Foreigner. Then 133, who among the following is not a proponent of Oxford movement? A kind of a religious movement. We have Newman, Froude, and Pusey. Odd one out is 4, Charles Kingsley. The answer is 4, Charles Kingsley. Charles Kingsley was not associated with the Oxford movement. Then 134, choose the correct chronological sequence in which the following works were published. So answer is 2, C, A, D, B, E. In the sense, we have Johnson's Dictionary 1954, then comes the other. So we have Vicar of Wakefield, A, then D, Lives of the Poets, B, Life of Johnson, E, The Life of Nelson. But this question is a waste of time because nothing is checked, a candidate's ability is not checked through this question. Then 135, which of the following writers remarked that you are your best thing? It comes in Toni Morrison's Beloved. So answer is 1. 136, we have match the following, very easy one. On the one side, you have playwrights. On the other side, techniques or terms. So Martin Esslin associated with or who coined the term, the theater of the absurd. Then Brecht, alienation effect or estrangement effect. So if you know this, easy to crack. Bertolt Brecht estrangement effect 3, 2. So answer is sorry, B 3. So answer is 2. A, Martin Esslin, theater of the absurd. B, Bertolt Brecht estrangement effect. C, Antonin Artaud, the theater of cruelty. Then D, August Strindberg, dream play. Then 137, which of the following works, it should be was, grammatical error, edited by gay activists, writers, or artists. So we have so many texts here, but I would say if you are aware of African American literature, two major texts, we have Toni Morrison's non-fiction, Playing in the Dark, then Henry Louis Gates' Signifying Monkey. They don't talk much about gay activists or writers. So I would say go for the first 3. A, B, and C only. So answer for 137 is 2. A, B, and C only. Are We Not Men by Philip Bryan Harper. Then Charisma by Erica Edward. Then Extravagant Abjection by Dariek Scott. D-A-R-I-E-K Scott. 138. What is the correct chronological sequence of periods of American literature? This is a fantastic question because most of the time we get questions from British literature, but this time we are getting question from, generally we go for history of English literature, but we should also focus on history of American literature. Here is a question from history of American literature, but we can possibly, I would say, at least you have some sense of realism and naturalism. Realism comes first, naturalism comes second, because naturalism is an extension of a rigid or kind of a detailed version of realism. At least you know this, then naturalism comes last. Before that, we have realism. So answer is actually 2. B, A, D, E, C. B, revolutionary age. Then A, early national period. D, romantic period or age of transcendentalism. Then E, realistic period. C, naturalistic period. So hereafter, for the upcoming next, you should focus on American literature as well as history of American literature. Then 139. What is the chronological sequence of the following plays of Girish Karnad? Instead of asking these kind of questions, a question setter or the question setters can ask question from one of the plays. This is more like mathematics. You have to remember all these years. Only your mnemonic technique is checked here. Anyway, answer is 3. D, C, A, E, B. As I told you before, when it comes to major writers, always remember that first work and last work. At least you can eliminate options, because Girish Karnad's first work is Yayati. So that begins with the D. If you know this one, then you can eliminate 2 options. So you end up with 2 other options. Then you go with the instinct. Anyway, answer is D, C, A, E, B. So we have Yayati, Tuklak, then comes Hayavadana, then E, Bali, the sacrifice, then finally Nagamandala. Then 140, O Captain, My Captain is a tribute to Abraham Lincoln. So last 10 questions, we have reading comprehension and poetry appreciation. Here is a question from Harlem Renaissance, American literature. So if you are aware of this, so you have to read the lines. The answer for this one, 141, which colloquial form of English is used in this poem? Answer is 4, African American English. Then 142, which of the following is an extended metaphor in the poem? Is actually staircase. See, what is an extended metaphor? It's more of, you elaborate on that. So if you read this poem, the beginning one, well, son, I will tell you, life for me ain't been so crystal star. Then the follow-up, it's more of an elaboration. It had tacks in it and splinters and boards torn up and places with no carpet on the floor. Elaboration on crystal star. So I would say more the answer is, I would say staircase 3. Then 143, which rhetorical device has been used by the poet by repeating and at the beginning of many lines in the poem? Answer is 3, anaphora. 144, what kind of life does line, life for me, no crystal star, signify? Very easy question. Answer 2, a life full of hardship and struggle. Then 145, what advice does the speaker give to his or her son in the poem? Answer is could be 1, stay strong and never give up on life or in life. Then last, we have comprehension, reading comprehension. 146 answer. At what stage does knowledge become freedom for man? Answer could be 4, where man acquires a surplus of knowledge beyond primary necessities of life. Then 147, what gives man the freedom to be useless and irresponsible? 3, abundance of wealth in life. Then 148, what according to the writer is the basic difference between animal and man? 1, answer is 1. Animals are preoccupied with self-sustenance while man aspires for attainment of freedom through knowledge. Then 149, what does the author mean by man also must know because he must live? Answer is 2, knowledge makes one pragmatic. But now we are more aware of feminism, but look at the question. It talks about man, the use of there is no gender neutrality. Maybe this question should have been avoided. They should have chosen some other passage. It's more, what they call male chauvinism. The question sounds like that. But anyway, the last question: what does the metaphor a big merchant stand for? 3, a voracious accumulator of knowledge. So with this, we end this session. What we have done, see, we have just gone through the tentative answer key of June 2024 NET exam English. I would say more than 90% of questions, what I have given answers are right. There could be some errors, but more than 95% or 90%, you can rely on this one. And let's check, even it could be 100. So I have given some tips for you for upcoming exams. Please focus on linguistics, because we are getting questions from linguistics. And theory, we have got a lot of questions from theory and cultural studies. And we also got from research. And research focus on MLA handbook, APA, and Chicago Manual of Style. Then typical British literature, but chronological questions. Then Indian literature, we got many. Then reading comprehension and poetry. So thank you so much. And please subscribe to this channel so that you can get interesting videos related to literature, language, and other things.